Good morning, students. Welcome to the data structure session. In today's topic, we are going to see about topological sorting, a very important concept in data structures, especially in graph. This is a kind of sorting in which we are going to apply some rule that is called as topological sorting. Before that, let us quickly revise the previous topics. So yesterday and day before yesterday classes, we saw about two important traversal techniques, BFS and DFS. So in breadth first search, we are using queue data structure, and in depth first, we are using stack data structure. Hope you all remember the steps that we have implemented for BFS. What the thing we have to do, we have to start from any one vertex, then you have to go to any one of its adjacent vertices. Suppose for the particular vertex A, if I have, here in this diagram, we have three adjacent vertices, B, C, and B, D, and E. You can go to any one vertex, okay? Then make it as visited. From that vertex, go to any one of its adjacent node. Again, from that adjacent node, find any adjacent node. At some point, there may not be any adjacent node. So you backtrack. You move back to the previous position and check whether there is any other unvisited node. If not, means again backtrack to the previous position. Like that, you have to repeat the steps until your stack becomes empty. Okay. So you have to push each and every element that is visited one by one onto the stack. Finally, you are popping the elements from the stack. So in this way, we constructed the spanning tree. Hope you all remember. So this is the spanning tree, A, B, C, E, D, and F and G. This is the spanning tree or the result of your DFS, depth first search. Yes, in breadth first search, what we did, you have to find all the adjacent vertices for that particular vertex. Yes, then you have to push it onto the queue. Hope you remember, just recollect it. Push all, that is, you have to enqueue all the adjacent vertices of a particular vertex into the queue. Then what you have to do? Dequeue the elements one by one. While dequeuing, you have to add its adjacent vertices. Like that, you have to repeat. Hope you all remember that one. Let's see the difference between BFS and DFS now. Then we move on to the topological sorting. So here, it's given in the different way. First, DFS is the depth first. You can have it in any order. It's not at all a matter. In the right side, you are having breadth first search. So you look at the point, DFS visit the nodes of graph depth-wise. By the name itself, we are going to move on vertically in the depth-wise manner. In BFS, we are going to move it in breadth-wise. Breadth-wise means level by level. So that is called as level order traversing. BFS. Okay, so it visits the nodes level by level. Look at the second point. Here you use a stack. In BFS, you are using queue data structure. Generally, it requires less memory for DFS than the BFS because you are going to find all the adjacent nodes. Then you are placing it again. You are backtracking. So it will take more memory when compared to DFS. But what is the thing that is issue in DFS means it is not that much optimal. Optimal means what? Best solution for finding the shortest distance for large number of vertices. If I have more number of vertices and I have to find the shortest distance means better go with the BFS. But at some situations we can use DFS also. Okay, so look at the last point. DFS is better when the target is far from the source. As told earlier, if the distance is larger, okay, I can go with the DFS. But that is just for traversing only, not for finding the shortest distance, just to visit all the nodes. If my source and destination are at longer distance, I can go with DFS. Generally, BFS, we are applying it better when the target is closer to the source. Target means your destination vertex. Assume that all other vertices are visited. The final is the last vertex. So that is your target vertex. Okay. DFS is more suitable for game or puzzle which includes decision. Remember this point. For any decision making games, you have, suppose you moved to a particular point. At that situation, all of you are playing many games, online games. At some point, you have to make a decision whether to take that route or this route. At that situation, you can go with the DFS. Okay. BFS, consider all the neighbors only. So it is not suitable for decision making. But it can be used in any puzzles, but it's not used for decision making trees. Decision making means you can go with the DFS. You can remember those words. DFS for decision making. So at the particular decision, it can lead to either win situation means you can stop the process. Yes. So with respect to time complexity, actually the last point is given. This one is the BFS only, sorry, DFS only. Both are having the same time complexity. Yes. So this one is DFS. Time complexity of DFS is the order of V plus E. So same thing only. Time complexity for BFS is also O of V plus E. V stands for number of vertices. E stands for number of edges. Big O notation. You remember that one. I taught it in the first unit during the introduction class. Big O means worst case time complexity. The maximum time that is needed. That is given in the order of V plus E. So these are the differences between BFS and DFS. Now we move on to topological sorting. Everyone have note and pen with you. You have to work it out. Then only it will be easier. So normally sorting means what? You are going to order. You are going to order the vertices in some way. Here topology means what? Normally topology means structure. You are going to make it in a structured way. That is the topological sorting. Just look at the definition. Listen the class carefully. If you have any doubts, you can stop at any point. You can unmute and you can ask. Or you put it in chat, ma'am will tell me. So it's a linear ordering of vertices in a directed acyclic graph. That is the first point you have to remember. This topological sorting is applicable only for DAG, directed acyclic graph. So it's a linear ordering of vertices. How we are going to order means in such a way that if there is a path from Vi to Vj, V means what? Vertex 1 to vertex 2. Then vertex 2 appears after vertex I in the linear ordering. Yes, I repeat, this is applicable only for directed acyclic graph in such a way that you are going to apply the linear ordering. If there is a path from one vertex to another vertex, that is from A to B. If there is a path from A to B means then B should appear only after A. For example, I will make it in a simple way. You are having class test 1, IAT 1, class test 2, IAT 2, class test 3, and then model exam. So far, the physical classroom environment, whichever we saw in the last semester. Let's see that one. Okay. When you are writing the IAT 1, only after completing the class test 1. Okay. So IAT 1 should appear after what? CT1 only. Yes. When CT2 should appear, when CT2 should occur only after IAT1. So that is the ordering. This is called as topological sorting. Okay. Just for easy understanding, I gave that example. You can imagine it also. When the model exam will happen after the CT3. So assume CT3 as your what? Vertex A. Model exam as vertex B. There is a path from, well, there is a CT3 to model exam. So what you have to do? Vj appears after Va. Model exam appears after CT3. So what will be the topological sorting now? I can write it here. What will be the, sorry. So first CT1. Yes. Then what? IAT1. I1, I write it as. Then what? CT2. Then IAT2. Then CT3 model exam. So this ordering is called as topological sorting. Assume these as vertices. CT1, IAT1, CT2 are the nodes. So you have to check which one will appear first or which one should occur first before the occurrence of the next event. For those things, we can go with the topological sorting. You can assume different modules in a project. You are given a simple project. You are going to do a project. Assume that you are going to divide it into 4 modules, module 1, 2, 3 and 4. So only after completing model 1, that is module 1, you are supposed to do module 2, means what you have to do, module 1 to be connected to module 2. This is the ordering. Yes. Vj appears Vi, that is module 2 appears after module 1. So this ordering, this sorting is called as topological sorting. While M2 occurs, while module 2 is going on, means I can go parallelly, I can go with module 3 also parallelly. In this situation, what I can do, there are two sorting possible. From M1 I can move to M3. M1, M3 is a sorting, or M1, M2 is another topological sorting. Why I mention means, for any graph there can be more than one solution of topological sorting. We can sort, we can have topological sorting in one or more ways. It's not necessary that there should be only one way. Yes, but what's the condition here means, if the graph is cyclic, if your graph is having cycle, means I can't go with the topological sorting. That is an important point you have to remember. If the graph contains cycle, how can you check whether a graph contains cycle? By seeing the adjacent nodes. So cyclic graph means what? If the graph contains cycles, so it means that it is for directed graph only. For an undirected graph, I can't check whether the graph contains cycle or not. So this is mainly for the directed graph. Directed, that to what? A cyclic graph. If the given directed graph is cyclic, means we can't apply the topological sorting. Yes, these are the important points you have to remember. Here we are going to apply the Q data structure. We are going to use some technique. We will discuss in the next slide. Yes, so far is it clear? Because without understanding the basic concept, though you look at the example, it won't be clear. So what are the sequence of steps we have to take? It is mainly used in job scheduling, as told us, CT1, IIT1 like that. So this one, suppose one action to be done first. After that only the next action. We can take our IPL exam, IPL itself. Putting toss. Yes, that is the first action to be done. After that only what? The teams can choose whether to field or whether to take batting. So like that. So this is the ordering. So only after tossing the coin, I can go with the next event. After that, choosing the bowling like that, then we are moving with other actions. After playing the first 5 overs only, we can go with other remaining overs like that. So this ordering is called as topological sorting. Got it? Hope you will be clear. We move on to the example. Before that, look at the procedure. Understand this procedure? I am going to do it in the whiteboard. You also do it parallelly. Then we come to the PowerPoint example later. Yes, to find the topological sorting, you have to find the in degree for each vertex. Every vertex you have to find the in degree. In degree means what? How many edges that are incoming. How many edges are incident on the particular vertex. Because we know in degree and out degree we can calculate for directed graph only. Out degree means what? How many edges that are leaving the particular vertex. That is out degree. Here no need to bother about out degree. We are going to find the in degree. How many edges that are coming to that particular vertex. That is the in degree. So place the vertices whose in degree is 0. First assume that you have 5 vertices, means find the in degree for all the 5 vertices. Suppose some vertex may have in degree as 0. So place that vertex on the initial queue, that is empty queue. Initially your queue is empty. So place the vertex which is having in degree 0 on the queue. Then what you have to do means DQ one vertex at a time. Because those who are having in degree 0, you are placing it in the queue. Assume that you have 2 vertices with in degree 0. You are placing it one by one in the queue. Then DQ one vertex at a time from the queue. What you have to do means find its adjacent vertices. For which node that you are DQing, find the adjacent vertices and decrement that in degree by 1. and decrement the in degree of those adjacent vertices by 1. Yes, just look at the procedure, just follow it. If we move on to example, it will be clear. Then fourth step, you have to NQ the vertex to its Q. If its in degree falls to 0, because some nodes can have in degree as 2 or 3 or 4. You are decrementing 1 means 2 becomes 1. I can't put it into the Q. Only if my in degree becomes 0. If the in degree for any vertex becomes 0, you have to NQ it in the Q. Then when will we DQ? You have to DQ one by one from the Q, from the front position. While DQing, you have to what? Decrement its adjacent vertices in degree by 1. Repeat the step 3 until your Q becomes empty. Okay? Clear? I hope it will be little clear. We move on to example. You will easily understand. So, let's take one directed. As told earlier, this topological sorting is applicable only for what? Directed acyclic graph. So, draw the graph. You can also draw it parallelly. So, let's have 5 vertices. Sorry, as told, topological sorting is for what? Directed graph. Okay. You have to draw with arrow. This is undirected. There is path from this node. Let us take it as 1 and 2. There is path from 1 to 2 and also 2 to 1. So here we can't check whether the graph is cyclic or not. We can check whether the graph is cyclic or not only for undirected graph. Sorry, directed graph. Okay. So we can make the directed graph. We can give any direction. Better follow it in parallel. It will be more clear to you. Yes. So let's name the vertices. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. In another example, we have 5 vertices. You can do it as a homework later. For this, you have to listen this example carefully. Now check whether this graph is cyclic or not. Is it cyclic? Cyclic means what? There is path from 1 to 2. There is path from 2 to 4. There is no path from 4 to 1. If there is path from 4 to 1 means then this graph is cyclic graph. We can't do topological sorting. In some questions it may be asked, you'll be given a graph, apply topological sorting. Suppose at some point, at this point, in a subgraph itself, if cycle is there means you can directly write. The given graph is a cyclic graph, so we can't do topological sorting. But here in this example, it is a acyclic. It's an acyclic graph, acyclic or acyclic graph. Without cycle, it is directed graph. Okay. So now we move on to the steps. Now, as told, what's the thing you have to do? Look at the steps now. Find the in degree. Place the vertices whose in degree is 0 on the empty Q. Initially, let's have the Q. Let's have empty Q. Now find the in degree. Anyone unmute and tell what is the in degree for vertex 1? In degree means how many edges coming to the particular vertex. What is the in degree for vertex 1?
0, ma'am.
0. Good. For 2? Others, you can put it in chat also. Anyone answer? Others, you can put it in chat. In degree for 2, it's 1 because 1 edge is coming to 2. In degree means incoming edges. Out degree means outgoing edges. For 1, there is no incoming edges. Only the out degree is 2. Okay. So in degree is what? 0. Okay. Let's write here itself. Here the in degree is, sorry, better we can have it here. So write for all the vertices 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So find the in degree. So adjust with the handwriting. For 1 it is, others you can write it. You can find the in degree for vertices. For 1 it is 0. For 2 what is the in degree here? It's 1. For 3 in degree what? Well, here there is one incoming edge. Here also one edge incoming. Getting into 3. So in degree is 2. For 4, how many edges are coming to 4? 2. So in degree is 2. Okay. For 5, is there any edge incoming? Yes, there is one edge coming. So in degree is 1. Okay, clear? The first point is clear. What's the next step you have to do? Initially, you are going to take one Q as empty Q. Okay. Assume this as a empty Q. First, you have to NQ the vertex which is having in degree as 0. In this example, I have only one vertex with in degree 0. Suppose you have 1 and 2. Vertex 1 and 2 with in degree 0 means you can place it 1 by 1, 1 comma 2. Okay. I have to place it somewhere because we have to make some changes here. Now place the vertex 1 into the Q first. Can go here. Because in degree is 0 for vertex 1. So place it in the Q, empty Q. Yes. Then what's the next step you have to do? I can give it DQ one vertex at a time from the Q and decrement the in degree of all its adjacent vertices. We have completed the first 2 steps. Got it? We found the in degree for each vertex. Place the vertices whose in degree is 0 on the empty Q. Currently we have only one vertex with in degree 0. So we placed it onto the Q. Now third step, DQ one vertex at a time. Only one vertex is there, so no problem. From the Q and decrement the in degree of all its adjacent vertices. That means what? Find the adjacent vertices of 1. You have to DQ. You have to remove this element. DQ it. Okay, so place 1 here. After DQing, what are the elements you have to push onto the Q? What are the adjacent vertices? 2 and 4 are adjacent vertices. For those vertices, you have to decrement the in degree by 1. What is the in degree for 2? 1. In degree for 4 is 2. So you have to decrement it as 1. I will take another color. Yes, because 2 and 4 are the adjacent vertices. So make it for other in degree, just place the values as such. So 0, here 1 become decremented to 1. Sorry, 0. You are going to decrement it by 1. So for 3, it's as such. No need to touch. Here you are going to decrement by 1. It becomes 1. Last one is 1 as such. Yes? Got it? Now, what you have to do? NQ the node with in degree 0. Now check, is there any node with in degree 0? Already 1 is there, no problem. We have already pushed it, that is there. Added into the queue and we have removed also. You can parallelly look at it. DQ one vertex, I DQ'd A. Then NQ a vertex to its Q, its this in degree falls to 0. You have to repeat these steps. Now check whether is there any vertex with in degree 0. Yes, I am having 2. So push it on to the stack. Sorry, queue. Got it? Yes. Now what you have to do? You have to dequeue the vertex. Dequeue element 2. I am dequeuing. Just assume it as a queue data structure. Because 1 was already removed. Front pointing to 2 only. 2 is dequeued now. Now you have to decrement the in degree for the adjacent vertices of 2. What are the nodes that are adjacent to 2? Look at it carefully. This is a directed graph. So what are the nodes that are adjacent to 2? Only 3 and 4, not 1. Because there is no path from 2 to 1. Okay, there is path only from 2 to 3 and 2 to 4. So 3 and 4 are the adjacent nodes. Yes, what you have to do? Decrement their in degree by 1. So for 3 and 4, decrement the values by 1. So what will happen? For other nodes, place as such 0, 0, 2 decremented to 1, 1 decremented to 0, 1 will be there as such. Yes, now you are having one more vertex with in degree 0. What is the node? Vertex 4. So you are going to enqueue it. Add it in the queue. Yes. The next step, what you have to do? Dequeue the node, place it, because this dequeuing is the topological sorting. You can do it at the time itself, or you can do it at the end of the iteration. In which order I am going to dequeue the elements, that is your topological sorting. I'll have one question for you, so listen carefully. Now what? You are doing dequeuing vertex 4. What you have to do? You have to make its adjacent vertices in degree. Decrement the adjacent vertices in degree by 1. Now check 4. What are the adjacent vertices for 4? 3 and 5. Yes, not 1 and 2. If it is an undirected graph, all nodes are adjacent to 4. But this is a directed graph. Adjacent node means only if there is a path. Only if there is a path from 4 to any other node. That is out degree. If there is out degree means that is your adjacent vertex. So 3 and 5 are the adjacent vertices. So decrement its in degree by 1. Yes. I'll go with pink. So 3 and 5 you have to decrement. What will happen? 1 becomes 0. This one also becomes 0. So now you have 3 and 5, 2 nodes with in degree 0. You can place it in any order. Suppose you can do first 3 enqueue, then 5. Because both are having in degree 0. You are going to enqueue it 1 by 1, 3 and 5, or 5 and 3 also okay, no problem. Now what you have to do? Dequeue 3. Find is there any adjacent node. Is there any adjacent node for 3? No. Just dequeue it, that's all. There is no adjacent node, so no need to decrement any value. Then move to the next element in the queue. Because until your queue becomes empty, you have to do the steps. Okay. So now front pointing to what? 5. Is there any node adjacent to 5? No more nodes. So just dequeue. Now what? Your queue become empty. And also you can check this one. Here all the in degree become 0. Yes, that is your final thing. You are enqueuing all the elements and you are dequeuing one by one. So now the topological sorting for this graph is what? 1, 2, 4, 3 and 5. Now can anyone tell, is there any other topological sorting for this graph? As I told earlier, for any graph there can be more than one topological sorting. You can put it in chat also. In this graph, is there any other topological sorting possible? Yes or no? Just put it in chat. Then I'll move back to the diagram. I told the clue also. Is there any other topological sorting? No answer from you. Okay. Yes, there is other way also. There is another answer for this topological sorting, because 3 and 5 are what? Having in degree 0. As told earlier, I can put 5 as the first element. I can put 3 as the next element. So what will be the sorting now? 1, 2, 4, 5 and then 3. Yes, so both are right. These two are the topological sorting for this given graph. Got it? Are you able to understand? If you have any doubts, you can ask. We'll move on with another example. This sorting, as told earlier, it is very, very important while doing the job scheduling. Which job should be assigned first? Which job should be done second, like that. So here, you can check also. 4 and 3 are there. For example, I have 4, after that only 3 appears. Yes, it means what? There is path from 4 to 3. So 3 should appear next to 4 only, not before 4. This ordering is the topological sorting. You go, move back to the definition. Now you can easily understand. It's a linear ordering of vertices in a directed acyclic graph such that if there is a path from Vi to Vj from 4 to 5, then Vj appears after Vi. 5 appears after 4. It can't come before 4 in the linear ordering. Okay. So it is mainly used for finding the strongly connected components. As I told earlier, strongly connected graph, I can find the strongly connected components in a graph, because you can have more than one subgraph for that. I hope you all understand. We move back to the next example. So this is the pseudocode. Just look at it, you will be clear with this. You are having the function topological sorting. You are initializing a queue. You are having two vertices V and W. Initially, you are making one variable counter as 0, because for each time you are going to have you have to increment the counter. Q equal to create queue of num vertex. Number of vertices you have to make. You have to make an empty queue for each vertex V. If in degree of V equal to 0. Suppose if the in degree for any vertex is 0, means what you are going to do? You are enqueuing. Enqueuing which one? Enqueuing that vertex V onto the QQ. While not equal to is empty of Q. That means what? If the Q is having some elements, what you have to do? You have to dequeue. What is the principle followed for dequeuing? You have to dequeue the element pointing to front. So V equal to dequeue of Q. Then top num of, that means here you are going to decrement the counter, because each time you have to decrement the counter value. Then what you are going to do? You are going to find the adjacent vertices of V. Then you are decrementing the in degree, that is given at the end. If minus of decrementing the in degree, at that point while decrementing, if it becomes 0, means you have to enqueue. Yes. So at one point, if the counter not equal to number of vertices, because if it is not equal, means then you can mention the error as the graph is cyclic. This pseudocode is for checking whether the graph is cyclic or not also. Okay. Now look at the graph. I will draw it, then you can have some other example. You draw this graph. You have to solve it and come for the next class. Just draw the graph. You have 6 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6. 6 vertices are there. Find the integrity for all these vertices. I will stop by applying the integrity itself. You have to solve the remaining steps. I will move with the step 3 and 4. After that, you have to complete. Okay. For easy understanding, I have written NQ and DQ also here. So find the integrity of all the vertices for the given graph. What is the integrity for 1? There is no edge coming to 1, 0. Integrity for 2, 0. For 3, what is the integrity? 1. 1 edge coming to 3 from 1. So make it as 1. For 4, what is the integrity? 1, 2, and then what? This one, from 2 to 4. Okay. Are you clear? So for 4, 3 edges are coming. From 1 it's coming, from 3 and then from 2. So make it as 3. For 5, what is the integrity? Only 1. Don't check the out degree. Out degree is for finding, is for checking the adjacent vertices. Okay. So for 5 it's 1. For 6 what? How many edges are incident on 6? 1, 2 and then 3. Okay. Initially you are having that is just I mentioned NQ and DQ here itself. Which vertex you are NQing, which vertex you are DQing. So what is the next step you have to do? You have to NQ the vertices having integrity 0. How many nodes are there? 1 and 2. Draw the graph. I will give time. Draw the graph. I will ask any one of you tomorrow for the answer. Apply topological sorting and come with the solution. I'll give time, draw the graph soon. Tomorrow, 3rd hour, I will ask any one of you randomly. Please be ready with the solution. So, you are NQing the vertices with integrity 0. How many vertices you have? 1 and 2. You can take it in any order, as I told. I can start with 1 or I can start with 2 also. So, 2 vertices are NQ'd, 1, 2. What's the next thing you have to do? I have NQ'd in the order 1, 2. So front is pointing to 1. What you have to do? DQ1. While DQing, what you have to do? Decrement its adjacent vertices in degree by 1. What are the nodes that are adjacent to 1? 3 and 4. Yes? Because you are going to DQ. After NQing, you have to DQ 1 by 1. Then decrement its adjacent vertices in degree. What are the nodes that are adjacent to 1? 3 and 4. So decrement its in degree. Already it's 1, so make it as 0. For 4, what is the in degree? 3. You have to make it as 2. You have to write it step by step. Yes? Then, what is the element present in Q? 2. 2 is there. You removed 2. After 2, what are the elements that to be inserted? There is no more vertex with integrity 0, so you have to DQ 2. After DQing, what is the next thing you have to do? Find its adjacent vertices. 4 and 5. Decrement 4 and 5 in degree by. Got it? So we'll continue with the remaining steps later, but you work it out and find the solution for it. Okay? Any doubts so far, students? If no doubt and all, we can wind off. We can end the session. Thank you all.